Hey, welcome to another episode of Sweaty Comic Book Nerds. I'm Jon Schnepp. Sitting across from me is ComicBookGirl19.
Hello, guys.
Thanks for being on the show. Today, we're going to talk about the X-Men, our favorite mutants, some of the comic books that you should be picking up, reading, just to get that history, get that knowledge, get that flavor that's available in comic book form. Let's talk about one of your favorite X-Men.
Well, I think for someone who's wanting to get into the modern X-Men and you're looking for a place to start, Grant Morrison's new X-Men run is fantastic. I really, really love Grant Morrison's take on these characters. He made me love Cyclops for the first time, which before I never really understood his character. And in this one, he's having like a psychic affair with Emma. And then I love, particularly within that run, I love Riot at Xavier's, which is all about one of my favorite mutants, Quentin Quire, and him starting this riot at the parent-teacher day, whatever, at Xavier's school. And it's just so great to see that teenage angst and how that manifests when you have superpowers.
Right. And we got to give it up to Frank Quitely. Like,
oh, yeah.
His run, though, you know, you only get like 5 or 6 issues because it takes a while for the guy to... And hey, look, every comic book artist, I got to give it out to them because drawing one page of a comic and then inking it, to be able to do that on a daily basis...
It's
remember,
insane.
that's you have 22 issues, 22 pages to do in a month. That's crazy. So you got to hand it out to anybody who can do like 2 or 3 pages. You're crazy. You're a mad monster.
Absolutely.
That's insane. And quietly, you know, people like to wait for your art. You know,
He's worth the wait.
Yeah, I'll wait a couple months, but get on that. Finish some of those comics. You know which ones you're late on. So
Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, they're already got a trade. So anyway, yeah. But his run with Morrison, incredible, and I love the story of Xavier and his half sister.
Oh, yeah,
battling
Cassandra
and
Nova,
trying to strangle each other in the womb. Some crazy dark stuff
Really
the crazy dark stuff that only Grant Morrison can imagine, think of, and then write and then deliver to us so that we can enjoy. Thanks, Grant.
Yeah, so amazing.
Let's talk about another run from X-Men. One of my favorites. It started with the original X-Men, and then when the X-Men were canceled, they were canceled for a while, and they just had a bunch of reruns, and then we got the new X-Men, the all-new, all-different X-Men, which is what we all kind of know of from the movies, is what these all-new X-Men are all based on. It's Wolverine, we got Nightcrawler, Dave Cockrum, and Chris Claremont were the guys who created the all-new, all-different X-Men. Claremont left after only about 6 or 7 issues, but he basically branded, he created Colossus, he created Nightcrawler, the looks of them. Then John Byrne came on and kind of defined what the all-new, all-different X-Men really are. With Chris Claremont's writing, John Byrne's artwork, and them co-plotting together, they came up with Alpha Flight. They came up with so many of the greatest stories. The Savage Land story with Kazar. There's certain elements where, like, they're fighting each other inside of a volcano with Magneto. That's one of my all-time favorite stories I've ever seen because it was so tense. That's the first time Magneto's using Wolverine's claws against him. Like, it's so amazing. Like, you don't realize, oh my God, Colossus, you're made of metal. I guess you're going through a wall, you know? I mean, that really showcased Magneto, what an incredible villain, how powerful he is. He could take out all of the X-Men and literally hold them all at bay. And the only person who can got to get in his mind is Phoenix. So
yeah, well, another Claremont X-Men run that I really appreciate, and this is just when the X-Men are at their soap opera-iest, and that's what I love about the X-Men. Is like it's such a drama. It's a drama about their relationships. And X-Men Inferno from the 80s with Chris Claremont, and then Silvestri was doing a lot of the drawings for that, which I love Silvestri's drawings of the X-Women in the 80s. Oh my gosh, he draws Dazzler better than like anybody I know. Oh my gosh. X-Men Inferno is the best. Jean Grey is dead. Scott Summers meets a girl that looks exactly like Jean, marries her, has a kid with her, gives up being Cyclops, gives up being an X-Men, and then Jean comes back, and then he just immediately leaves his wife and child to go be with Jean, and then she goes bad, and she turns into the Goblin Queen, and it's just, and there's all this Ileana Rasputin magic stuff going on with her limbo weird demon shit. It's so much fun. It's just such a fun, ridiculous soap opera story.
yeah, the X-Men, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It really is. There's so many amazing X-Men stories. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you get enough comic books that you'll come back and we'll give you more X-Men stories next time. ComicBookGirl19, where can people find you online?
You can find me on YouTube at ComicBookGirl19, and also my website is ComicBookGirl19.com.
Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Jon Schnepp, and this was another segment of Sweaty Comic Book Nerds. See you next time. Hey, Sweat-a-Hymus. What's going on? Moist boy, wet one over there in the corner. Do you want to subscribe? Hurry up, drop those drawers, pee in a corner, shake it off, then click that button on theStreamtv and become a sweaty.